When Faebreak was first released, everybody including myself was excited to get their hands on the new Dark Dragon type pal Xenolord. However, due to this, I feel like many people forgot about how awesome our original Dark Dragon type pal is, and of course I'm talking about Astegon. So because they're such a great pal, I wanted to show you all how to make them as tough as can be. What's going on everybody, it's your boy Speakerhead, and today I'm going to be showing you how to upgrade Astegon. Now before we get into the upgrade guide, I want to quickly talk to you all about today's sponsor, Berrybyte. Berrybyte is a server hosting service that allows you to create and run dedicated servers on a wide variety of games, including Palworld. I've heard you all enjoy my upgrade guides due to them being simple and straight to the point, and thankfully setting up a server with Berrybyte is as well. All you have to do is decide on how many players you want on the server, whether you're on Xbox or Steam, and where you want the server to be located. Luckily, they have servers across the globe, so no matter where you are, Berrybyte has you covered. And with their servers using the latest Ryzen-based hardware, you'll never have to worry about a laggy experience while hosting your server. And just like that, you can have a private dedicated server for you and your friends to play on. They even have configurable backups for your world, so you don't ever have to worry about losing your progress. Plus, with their affordable prices for Palworld servers starting at just $7 a month, there's no better place to get an awesome dedicated server. On top of their great prices, if you use my promo code SPEAKER20, then you can save yourself an extra 20% off your next server. Once again, that promo code is SPEAKER20 to save yourself an extra 20% off your next server. So if you're interested in hosting a dedicated server or just want to support the channel in general, you can check out Berrybyte by clicking the links in the description below. Thank you very much, Berrybyte, for sponsoring the channel, and without further ado, let's get back into the video. Finally, I want to give a quick shout out to the individual who suggested I make an upgrade guide on Astegon. Your comment and support is greatly appreciated. But with all that out of the way, let's get back to the guide. Now before we talk about any upgrades for Astegon, we need to go over some of the basics of them first. Astegon is a Dark and Dragon type pal that can be found on the 3rd Sanctuary Island, along with being able to be found as a level 48 boss located in a cave towards the center of the volcano. Finally, they can be obtained through many different breeding options that can be found on Palworld's official website. Talking about their partner skill now, once you unlock their saddle at level 47, they can be used as a flying mount along with increasing the damage dealt to ores and also giving more ores while mounted. Moving on to exclusive skills, Astegon is going to have one exclusive active skill, which is Fire Fist Breath Storm. Finally, when it comes to their base skills, Astegon is going to be a level 4 in mining and a level 1 in handiwork, so they're a great pal to have working at your base. But with the basics of Astegon out of the way, let's actually start upgrading them. Now the first way to upgrade Astegon is by breeding one for good passive skills. While I could see a few different passive skill combinations working well with Astegon, to make mine as strong as possible, I decided to give mine Legend, Demon God, Invader, and Vampiric. Now for those who might not be aware, Invader is a passive skill that can only be found on Xenolord, which can only be obtained after defeating the raid boss version of this pal. And with it giving an additional 30% attack boost to both Dark and Dragon type moves, it's a great skill to have on many pals, especially Astegon. And to help you get Invader along with Legend onto Astegon, here's a breeding tree that shows you how to get these skills onto them. But back to the passive skill combination I mentioned, these skills will give Astegon a 50% attack boost, a 25% defense boost, a 15% movement speed boost, an additional 30% attack boost to both Dark and Dragon type moves, and finally a lifesteal effect thanks to Vampiric. Now I will mention that if you wanted to give Astegon more power, then you could replace Vampiric with skills such as Musclehead, Ferocious, Divine Dragon, Siren of the Void, or Lord of the Underworld. And if you wanted to give their active skills a bit more cooldown, then you could replace either Vampiric or Invader with Serenity for an extra 30% cooldown. Now for the sake of this video, I'll be sticking with the first set of skills that I mentioned. However, a combination of any of the previously mentioned skills would work great with Astegon. So once you got an Astegon with the passive skills you prefer, the next way to upgrade them is in a pal condenser. Any pal can have their partner skill along with their general stats upgraded in a pal condenser. On top of this, once a pal is fully upgraded in a condenser, all of their base skills will level up by 1 as well, which can be pretty helpful. Every pal will start with a level 1 partner skill, and with a total of 117 pals, you can upgrade a pal 4 times in a condenser, with level 2 needing 4 pals, level 3 needing 16 pals, level 4 needing 32 pals, and level 5 needing 64 pals. Now, assuming it took you a few attempts to get an Astegon with the passive skills you prefer, you should have enough spare pals to upgrade them at least a couple of times in a pal condenser. But once you're done upgrading Astegon in a pal condenser, the next step to upgrading them is by hitting that subscribe button and liking the video. Doing both these things really helps out the channel a ton, so if you enjoy this sort of content and want to see more of it, make sure to subscribe. But in all seriousness, the next way to upgrade them is by using a Statue of Power. With a total of 30 small pal souls, 18 medium pal souls, 18 large pal souls, and 90 giant pal souls, you can give any pal a 60% boost in attack, defense, and health. And to help you get the first 3 types of pal souls, here's a list of every pal in the game that drops these types of souls. And to help you get giant pal souls, here's a map of every predator pal in the game that drops these types of souls. Finally, if you want to farm all 4 types of PAL souls, you can do the PAL Genetic Research Mission and the PAL Expedition Station to farm all these. Now once you finished upgrading your Astegon and a Statue of Power, the next step to upgrading them is by increasing their hidden potential stats. While using ability glasses unlocked at level 34, you can see the hidden potential stats of any PAL. By feeding your PAL one of 3 types of PAL fruits, you can upgrade these stats with each fruit increasing 1 stat by 10. And to get these PAL fruits, you can do that in a few different ways. The first way to get them is by defeating either the Belnor Libro, Blazemut Ryu, or Xenolord raid bosses. The next way to get PAL fruits is by buying them from a metal merchant located at any destroyed church on the map using dog coins. And the last way you can get them is by turning in bounty tokens to a vigilante bounty officer found at any village on the map. For bounty tokens, you can get these by finding and defeating wanted NPCs across the map. I've also found the best way to farm these tokens is by catching the wanted NPCs in high tier spheres and butchering them to gain double the amount of tokens. But going back to metal merchants and dog coins, a tip I always like to give is to use a Catrus while hunting Mimogs to get more dog coins. While fighting together, their partner skill makes neutral pals drop more items when defeated, which works on Mimogs and dog coins. Also remember to upgrade your Catrus and a pal condenser to further increase the amount of dog coins Mimogs drop. Finally, I will mention that there's one last way to increase a pal's hidden potential stats, and that's by using Dr. Braun. This is a new NPC that was added during the Faybreak update that can be found randomly anywhere on the map. But these special NPCs allow you to operate on 1 pal per day, which can increase the hidden potential stats of said pal by 15. They also have a chance of giving your pal a new positive passive skill as well. Now while this might sound like a great way to upgrade a pal, I should also mention that there's a chance of the operation going wrong and decreasing a pal's stats by 15 or possibly even 30, which could be a major setback. And just like a good operation, a bad operation has a chance of giving a pal a negative passive skill as well. So it's a bit of a gamble, but I did want to mention this since I'm sure some people will find this helpful. But regardless of which method you decide to go with, you want to upgrade Astegon's hidden stats until all of them are at 100. Now once you're all done upgrading Astegon's hidden potential stats, these are currently all the permanent upgrades you can do to them. However, there still are a few temporary upgrades you can do to Astegon. The first of these is with food. Depending on what food you or your pal eats, they can grant a wide variety of benefits such as attack boost, defense boost, work speed boost, along with many others. For combat purposes, I personally go with Mammoth Curry and Galeclaw Nikujaga. That being said, I highly recommend looking through all the different food options you can craft to see which ones might work best for you. So moving on to the second way you can temporarily upgrade Astegon, and that's by taking advantage of Hukrati's partner skill. While in your party, their partner skill will give an attack boost to dark type pals also in your party. With a level 1 partner skill, they'll grant a 10% attack boost. However, with the level 5 partner skill, they'll grant a 20% attack boost. So if you had 4 Hukratis in your party with fully upgraded partner skills alongside your Astegon, then they'd gain an additional 80% attack boost. Now the very last way you can temporarily upgrade Astegon is by doing upgrades in the PAL Labor Research Laboratory. What this structure does is it'll give passive boost to your base and the pals working at your base depending on which paths you upgrade. There are 9 different categories you can upgrade, with each one having their own unique benefits. That being said, if you were to upgrade the far right path on all 9 categories, then you could give the pals working at your base an 18% boost in attack and defense. Just keep in mind that these upgrades will only work with pals working at your base. But with that last upgrade out of the way, these are currently all the upgrades you can do to Astegon at this time. So if you upgraded your pal the same way as I did in this video, not including upgrades from the PAL Labor Research Laboratory, then their stats should generally look like these. Now instead of just showing a bunch of numbers on screen, I want to see how strong Astegon really is, so we're going to have them do a quick fight against Selyne to test them out. Also for those who are curious, these are the active skills that my pal will be using during this fight. But with that all said and done, let the battle against Selyne begin. Alrighty Astegon, let's see what you can do, buddy. Ow. Ow, why are you targeting me? You're doing a great job, Astegon. Punch him in the face. Not gonna lie, Astegon is absolutely killing the game right now. It's been like not even a minute and the battle's almost done. Finish the mission! Punch him right in the face, you missed. It's okay though, GG's. What a goat, the absolute unit Astegon, ladies and gentlemen. Nice job, buddy. But with that battle all wrapped up, I hope this shows just how powerful you can make Astegon. But that's going to be my upgrade guide on Astegon. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you found this video helpful, and also let me know which pals you'd like to see me upgrade in the future. Finally, thanks again to Berrybyte for sponsoring today's video. Make sure to check them out in the description below. But that's all I have to say for now, so thank you all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch all y'all in the next one. Take it easy, everybody.